I want to do my push-ups. Oh dear. Oops. I had no idea it was zoomed in. I don't know how to do this. Yeah, this is what happens in New York, you guys. Don't know how to do these things. Okay, so I'm going to do some push-ups. They're not going to be great. So don't be hating. This is only... So last Wednesday was the first day I drank on Tuesday. I was in New York last Tuesday. Can you guys believe that? Last Tuesday I was in New York. And I'm going back in like 15 days. I drank Tuesday morning last week. And so that on Wednesday was like the day that I was like, okay, I'm not going to drink. And I decided not to drink that night, when I got home. But so now this is Wednesday. So I've made it full week now. So I'm proud of myself of no drinking. And you go, oh, great, a week. And it's good. Yeah, but still, it feels good every time you make it a week. So tell you that much. And yeah, I don't know what will happen in New York, but my plan is, since I think I'm only going to be going to New York for about a year or two at most. So my plan is like try to be as healthy as possible before I go, in case I'm unhealthy in New York. So that's kind of my game plan. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to get back in shape here, because I've only been back from New York for a week. And I was drinking for 2 weeks, and when I drink, I don't do well with my health. So I'm trying to do 20 push-ups, but don't be hating. They're pretty bad right now. Okay, here we go. All that prep for now. 3, 6, 8. And I know I'm not going all the way down, so don't be hating. Oh, difficult right now. Getting there though. Feeling stronger, even though I'm not probably having the best form yet. But like, I'm feeling stronger. So now I need to flip you guys around. I hope you're not zoomed in still. Okay, good. Now I can flip you around easier. Now we're gonna do some nunchucks. Let's do the push-ups first, so I can kind of wear myself out with the nunchucks instead of with push-ups. All right. It doesn't take much to wear me out these days. You can get out of shape fast. That's what sucks. Is like, it takes a while to get in shape, but it sure doesn't take long to get out of shape. Okay, I'm just gonna do some nunchucks. Not much here. Like I said, it's only a week of being healthy again, so I'm not in my best shape. But all right, I do love nunchucks because it is a really quick, easy workout. Like, once you learn how to, I don't do much with nunchucks. I only do the figure 8. And I'm just doing the figure 8 with 2. And then I'm crossing them as I do the figure 8 and cross them. That's all I do. Richard does the throw it over your shoulder. I didn't like that because I kept smacking myself in the back. And I was like, nah, I'm getting like bruises. I was like, nah, I don't feel like doing that. So I've always been conscientious of trying to not bruise myself with nunchucks, especially with my line of work. Doesn't look good if you have like bruises, but you can get some bruises. I get myself in the elbow often. All right, here we go. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's gorgeous today. I'm not afraid. One more time around. Love it. Okay. I really want to get in as best shape as I can in the next 2 weeks before I go back to New York. So, trying. But I'm not trying that hard. I'm not like going to the gym for it. I'm just trying to be more active. Not lay around and eat right. Be more active and eat right. Alright. Okay, one more like this. You don't want to push it too much with nunchucks because you will really hurt yourself. Like if you start to feel you're tired, you want to stop because next you're gonna whack yourself. Nunchucks force you to stop. Okay, I'm gonna sit out here. It's gorgeous out here. Yeah, don't you think?
Yep, I think it's really nice.
Yeah, I think so. I think I can actually just sit out here without no sun. Like the sun is blocked by those clouds right now. That's very rare in Vegas for the clouds to be out. You don't have very many cloudy days here, which is nice, but sometimes you miss a little bit of cloudy days. Sometimes that sun just gets so intense every day. And you don't even want to be outside because it's just too much. So a day like today is just a real wonderful Vegas day. So I ordered myself these pants yesterday. Came like overnight. I feel it's unnecessary, but I'm okay, thank you. I'm like right in the middle of the night, the pants. I feel like it's like, unless you need it, I feel like that's like working the people too hard, you know? Well, okay, sure. I'll take it overnight. The brand is Rip Curl, which you know is one of those like surfer like brands. I was looking at Roxy. I like Roxy, and those ones popped up. But they're these like loungy pants that I'm gonna wear on the plane. But oh man, they're so comfy. This is gonna be bad news. These are gonna be these pants that I'm just not gonna be able to get out of. Like it's gonna be like, but they're a little bit better than pajamas. I feel like, but I'm like, oh no, they're just too comfortable. I haven't put them on yet because that's probably all I'm going to wear when I get to New York. Oh, dear. But I'm so happy about them because I didn't know, you get from Amazon. You don't know how it's going to. They arrive overnight. I tried them on. I was like, oh, God, these are fabulous. And they were like 40% off, too. Yeah, couldn't be better. Like, things just keep lighting up with the trip really well. Oh, Richard got my first 5 days booked for my rooms paid for. And he's booking the other ones, but they won't be paid for. They'll be, I pay as I go. But first 5 days are paid for, and then I'm switching hotels several times, which it's good. I kind of like that. I used to really make a big deal about the switching, but now I can't really show you guys that. But I always take photos of every room I go to. I used to show me even each room, and can't do that anymore. So, but I do move a lot when I'm there, which is nice. It's a little bit annoying sometimes in the sense because there can be a gap from when you don't have a room if they don't let you check in early. But it is nice to kind of just change it up for me because otherwise I do get so I don't know, I get so caught in routine quick. So the universe keeps keeping me guessing. So I like when I change hotels a lot when I'm there, just to kind of I don't know, because also I'll be like, oh, I love this one. I don't need to ever change it whenever I get somewhere because I really get settled. And then I'll be oh, the next one, oh, this is even better. You know what I mean? So it's you don't even know what you don't know, you know what I mean? Until you know, kind of thing. So sometimes I feel like I'm so content, but then the universe is no, look, Joy, this is even better. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's true. Look at that, because I won't upgrade things. Really, I'll be this thing's fine if it works. If it ain't broke, it ain't broken. Don't fix it, kind of thing. So I hate getting new phones. So Richard, I had to take his phone, and I'm having to take it to New York, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. It works way better than mine. But I would not go get myself one, and he's gonna probably upgrade mine when the next round comes through with the new phones, because we're due for upgrade, but we're waiting for when they come out with the new ones. And so then I'll probably just keep this one. So it kind of worked out this way. So we've officially switched phones, because I thought when I got back we would switch back, but he's like, nah, you just use that one. So I'm like, all right. It's actually really nice. It's the newest iPhone that they have, I think, out right now. It's pretty nice. But anyways, I don't like the new upgrades because they always do things that I don't need, and then that often slows down the phone. It's not that I'm like anti technology. I know we need technology, but a lot of times when they do the new thing, so I usually won't do the updates and stuff on my phone. Um, and I often won't upgrade my phone because I don't want it to like slow down. And then I know when you get the new one, they already have all the new updates and stuff. So, but they usually have, they run faster and stuff. But anyways, enough about iPhones. Don't even get me started on iPhones. I love and hate iPhone all at the same time, but I would never go anywhere else. I would not get an Android. I used to have an Android when I first met Rich. I had an Android, and he was just like, "You gotta get rid of this." But my family loved iPhones, but they were just too expensive at the time, so we didn't have them. And so, because we were all about Apple. But anyway, so I'm going to New York in, I think it's like 15 days, 14, 15 days. And I have to look at the exact, count out the exact days. It is on the 4th. So my plane ticket is booked there, not coming home, which is the way we always do it. I like it that way because then it gives me a little flexibility to see exactly what day I want to come home. I usually come home on a Monday or Tuesday, but like if I needed to, I could push it out to like a Wednesday. So, but I'll probably book my flight home before I leave, but it might be in New York. It just depends. But anyways, it was just a really good night for us because we won two bets on the Mets game, and we watched it afterwards because I was blogging. I think I was blogging, right? Again, everything's becoming a blur. It's all kind of starting to blur together because it's like, whoa, so much has happened in such a short time, and now wait, we're already planning for the next trip. So it's like, whoa, like I can't believe I've only been home a week. And people are like, oh, that's crazy, you're going back, that's terrible. But I'm like, I'm kind of happy. Me and Rich were talking about it this morning. It's not like I'm happy to like leave and want to go to New York. It's more just like it's kind of now becoming like a little bit more of a routine that we're getting used to, and then eventually it will stop. But the more we like kind of stretch it out, it almost makes it worse because you're going, but it's like, oh, I'm going in 2 months. It's like just go, get it over with, and then be home, and then go, and kind of like that. And it's not like get over with in like a sense it's a horrible thing. Like it's kind of like something I'm really embracing. Like me and Rich are just like, this is kind of like what we're doing in this phase of our life, and it's not going to be forever. And he's looking into getting a job eventually to kind of like take over the responsibility. But right now, if I thought about it, like I wouldn't want him to just have the job and me just be sitting here. He even said that like, well, if I just got a job, then you could just sit at home. I was like, I don't really just want to do that. Like I'm 40. Like I don't think I'm ready to just sit in a retirement home all day long. Like I thought I was, but now that I'm like, I think this is. So he's like, well, I just don't want. Like he's always conscientious, like not wanting me to get pushed too hard, or or if I want to not do it, he's all for that. But I kind of want to right now. You know what I mean? And it's a weird life, and it's crazy, but it actually is kind of working. And I know I'm not making always the best health decisions when I go to New York, but I feel like that's getting better too. Like I was telling Rich, I was like, I feel like each trip I'm kind of like wanting to be healthier. You know what I mean? So like this trip, I'm really gonna focus on trying to be healthy as long as I can in New York. And who knows, it could be the whole trip, but it's like I feel like if I keep going, there's going to be a trip that I'm finally healthy the whole trip. You know what I mean? Because I can see me kind of like already phasing out of like this desire to just like, be super unhealthy and get, super drunk. But I don't know what's going to happen this trip. So, who knows? But what I'm saying is I just don't see me enjoying that kind of like swing with my health by choice for very long. Like I'm smart enough to be like, all right, you don't have to keep, beating yourself on the head kind of thing. So I do see that I'm already kind of like really like learning. I am learning from each trip. I mean, this is number 8, trip number 8. So there were trips I didn't drink. The first, I think 3 I didn't drink, I think it was. And it's been like the last 4 I drink or something like that. Somewhere around there. Can't remember. They're all starting to blur together, to be honest. But it's very difficult in New York. That's why, like, it's so easy for me here. Just because I'm just at home, and there's even wine somewhere in this house. Richard hides it, but I could find it if I wanted to, if I was really that into wine and drink. But I don't really want to here. So I had him return the alcohol that he got me. He knew that I was serious when I had him return the stuff that he already bought. Because normally in the past, if I ever drank, it would be like, can you just give me one more day? I'd be like, please, like kind of begging him, like, one more day. I'm like, something, because I'm such an alcoholic, but I'd be wanting to quit. But this time I was like, no, just bring it all back. So it was really not much of a concern if there was wine in the house, but I'm literally saying, I like wine, and I'm saying, take back my favorite drinks. So it was when I got home, I just kind of really felt committed to being sober at home. And I think that's going to definitely be something I stick with, because I think that's why I'm able to kind of like already be like, oh, I can go back. Because normally when I did a trip, like it took me much longer to kind of recover, because I would drink when I got home. And then like that one trip, I jumped out of the car like an idiot. So that was, and then I was in pain for weeks. Like that was horrific. So like those kind of things are not going to happen anymore. I can clearly see. I wouldn't say I'm fully responsible when I drink, but I'm definitely more responsible. You know how they say, like, drink responsibly? You can't fully drink responsibly because you're drunk, and that's just, you're not as responsible but more so than when you're young. I can already see that in my 40s, like, I'm not acting the way I did, definitely not in my 20s or 30s. And each day I'm in my 40s, kind of feel like I get a little older, but a little bit like more polished, not so crazy. I always thought crazy was just me, but I think it had a lot more to do with my immaturity and age, and not really having like a parent since I was like 20. So as I now am older and have been married for 11 years, with Richard for 13 years, and spent even all this time with Gloria, around an older, mature woman, like, I'm maturing finally. So I feel like I was very late at that, but at least it's happening now. But anyways, we were extremely immature when we first started this channel, which was like a year or two ago now. I don't know. We've grown up so much, and these trips to New York are growing me up. Like, I can literally see in my photos that, like, each trip I kind of like can see my maturity. Even if there was crazy things that occurred, like I can just see, like, it almost makes me sad in the sense of like when you're fond of like when you're younger, but I can literally see like my first New York trip. I looked like such a little girl. Like I've like had no idea what I was doing, in the sense of like when I went the first time by myself. And I just had a ridiculous outfit on, and like each trip, like I got better style, like look more like I fit in New York, not like such a bum, kind of thing. Because New York, there is just like, a sense of class and style there, and everybody has it. Even if their stuff is old or something, it's just like, it's nice, and it needs to be nice there, like to hold up, because like the weather conditions there. So like each trip, I've kind of like stepped up my style, and so I just feel like more sophisticated, I guess you'd say. I'm like, oh, whatever, trashy. I'm sophisticated, trashy. So I do enjoy going, because the thing in New York is it's. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and that's been wanting. I've been aching to go all morning with you. Okay, don't forget your wallet. Should I sit this way? Oh. Oh, I might need to get my little umbrella then.
No, it's not that.
No, but what it does is it makes it hard to see.
It's up to you.
Oh, it should be fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. And that's been wanting to go grocery shopping like all morning, but we're trying to get the blog set up. So, yeah, it feels right. It should be nice. It's kind of nice. Oh, there's my bird. Hi, boy.
Get ready. I'm gonna leave it here so we don't mess with the camera.
I think I'll get my umbrella and I can stay here a long time. But what happens is the sun's gonna get my eyes, and I'm gonna be like all squinty. I can't put my little umbrella right here.
Yeah.
Will that work? Let me go grab it real quick. That worked really good.
You brought it back.
Let me get my umbrella. I cast this.
There we go. That was it.
Man, dig that crazy chick.
Who wears short shorts?
We wear short shorts.
Who wears short shorts?
We wear short shorts.
Who wears short shorts?
We wear short shorts.
Yeah, I don't know how to zoom out.
There you go.
No, this is so much more helpful. See, I have very sensitive eyes. I have hazel gray eyes. And any sort of sun in my eyes, I squint so much. And then I look at it like old lady. So I had to put my little umbrella to just block the sun. But anyways, yeah, so I leave on Thursday the 4th of September, which is what is it, like 14 or 15 days. So I am committed to being healthy for these next 2 weeks here. Like, I'm staying on my keto diet and no alcohol. And then we'll see what happens in New York. But my plan is be as healthy as I can before I get to New York, and be as in as good a shape. I mean, I could be in better shape if I went like work out. I'm not talking like that kind of good shape. Just just where you're not laying around, where you can do some push-ups and do some nunchucks kind of thing, and walk some stairs kind of thing. Not really like feel out of breath doing anything. That happens, when I drink. I do get where I'm like so tired, and then like when I recover. When I drink, I have all this other, but when I'm trying to recover, then I'm like barely get out of bed. So I wanted. Now I'm not in that state anymore because it's been like a week. So I'm really wanting to make sure I stay active and just like basically get myself in the best health I can before I probably go get unhealthy again. But I figure since this is not going to be like the rest of my life, this is, the next year or two at most of going to New York, then I figure this is probably the best plan. It'd be like, if someone was preparing for like I like to think of it, if someone was preparing for like a show or something they were going to do like in Vegas or something, or even in New York, and they, get all ready to, look good for the show. And then maybe while they're doing the show, they end up, going out to cocktails with their coworkers or something where they don't normally drink or something like that. This kind of the way I view like my New York thing is like, I try to get as healthy as I can before I go. I try to, look as best as I can before I go. And then if I fall off the wagon a little bit when I'm in New York, it's not the end of the world because I'm managing it where, I'm still making more money each time, even though I've been drinking. So if I was making less money, then it'd definitely be a no. But each time I'm making more money, so it's kind of, but it's, of course not the best thing to be going and drinking. But, it's fully my decision, and that's what makes it difficult. Because like here is much more me and Richard kind of make the decision together. Because like, well, it's not really good for you to be drunk around the house with Gloria and that. It just doesn't really, it's not really conducive to the environment here. But in New York, it's just so like allowed, so common, so like. Can you guys still hear me? Let me see. You guys still hear me? You guys still hear me? Yeah, can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Okay. I hope you can. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Just make sure. I'm trying to look at the comments real quick. Okay. But it tried to connect to my ears in the car, so I want to make sure it's still connected to you guys. Yeah, I told you, like, all the phones keep connecting to each other. That'll be nice when I go to New York, so my earphones will connect to every other device when I walk around. I haven't even wearing them at home because they keep connecting. Because our phones right now are kind of linked up because of this phone issue where we had to switch phones. So a lot of them are like in the same iCloud or whatever. So when you walk around, you can't take it off. You can't disconnect it because it's we can disconnect it, but you can't forget it because I don't forget it from all the devices. So it's like if yours are like linked into the same iCloud on any level. Like if a couple of your devices are in your same iCloud, like your laptop and your phone, you know.